Hello and welcome to Engine Adventure Sand Run with the 2021 Ram TRX. So it was super cold and windy this day, and my other passengers didn't really want to stand outside and take footage. So we just have a little bit of footage of that jump that you saw at the beginning, but for the most part, we're just going to have this view. And while I'm driving around, I'm going to be talking about the various drive modes and very specifically into the Baja mode. So here is a clip of the different drive modes, of which there are 8, and 4 of them are for on-road driving, 3 of them are for off-road driving, and then there is the custom drive mode, which you can set for either or. First, the 4 on-road drive modes are automatic, sport, tow, and snow. Auto basically uses a 40-60 split, that's front to rear for the power, and just kind of adapts to whatever condition you're driving in. Sport, it decreases the shift times in the transmission and adjusts the stability control and the four-wheel drive system and steering, input, damping, all that kind of stuff, and enables the paddle shifters, and then also increases the suspension damping. And then what that does is give you better handling in corners and stuff like that. And then also the torque split is 30 to the front, 70 to the rear. Even in sport mode, it's not a sports car. It's got big tires with tall sidewalls, and it kind of doesn't handle like a sports car. You wouldn't expect it to. So don't expect sport mode to be a sports car feel. The next mode is tow mode, which changes the torque delivery again, so you are able to get off the line a little bit smoother and faster at the same time, instead of having like the auto mode where it will maybe not put out enough torque initially. And then the torque split is 45 to the front and 55 to the rear, which helps make sure that you have good traction all the time while you're towing. And it does adjust the suspension damping as well to help reduce the bounce from the trailer and the pitch and yaw and stuff like that that you get from having a trailer on the back. And then finally, the last on-road mode is snow mode, and it is a 45-55 split, just like the tow mode, but it has different traction control input and stuff like that, and reduces the engine horsepower, so you're not going to be spinning the tires, and your tip in on the throttle is a lot less sensitive. Moving to the off-road modes, the first is mud and sand mode, which changes the throttle and torque distribution, and it also has the 45-55 split front to rear, and this kind of helps you prevent wheel slips side to side, but it still gives you the power to push through, let the wheels spin and get you through the sand, through the mud, without too much traction control intervention. The next mode is rock mode, and it's only available in four-wheel drive low, and it uses a true 50-50 torque split to front and rear, and it changes the traction control settings, the active brake, limited slip, so when a wheel spins, it quickly brakes that wheel and provides for the most traction. If you're in rocks, you need to be very precise, and locking the rear differential is obviously the first step, and then this rock mode will really help limit how much the wheels spin, and your opportunity for sliding backwards or sideways is mitigated by braking those spinning wheels really quickly. The final off-road drive mode is Baja, and this mode changes the transmission shift times, it reduces them by 68% versus auto mode, and it changes the stability control, the four-wheel drive, the steering systems, the suspension, the shocks, paddle shifters are enabled, and basically it changes all of these things for ultimate desert performance. And I preferred this mode in the sand dunes as well. The sand wasn't extremely soft. The only issue is the torque split is 25 to the front, 75 to the rear. So if you're in really, really soft sand, maybe the mud and sand mode would be better. But the Baja mode allows for more wheel slip, it allows you to kick the back end out a little bit more, and just seems like a more fun mode to be driving in. And it really did change everything. One other thing about this truck, I don't know if it was just Baja mode or all the modes, but when you jump it, it will cut throttle, so you're not just destroying your drivetrain when you land. I didn't try that. I let off the throttle when I was in the air, and as you guys saw, I was only in the air for a fraction of a second anyway, so it didn't matter. But for those who are just going to go full throttle and keep their foot on the gas while they're in the air, it does have a system to mitigate that and keep you from just blowing up the truck when it lands. The final drive mode is custom, and it allows you to change the transmission, the paddle shifters, stability control, suspension, and steering. And there are some modes that you can't select in custom mode that you get from going to tow mode, for example. But overall, you have a pretty wide range of adjustability, and you can really dial in the truck for what you want. Gotta love the sound of that supercharged V8. It was a fun day with the TRX out in the sand. It is a heavier vehicle than the Raptor, and you notice that in the front end a little bit. Even though they have the same amount of wheel travel, the Raptor just seems a little bit lighter and more nimble on the front. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications, and comment down below. If you didn't like it and give me a thumbs down, be sure to comment down below and let me know why. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.